My recording philosophy is basically that if it sounds good, it is good. I'll use whatever means are necessary to get the sound that the artist is looking for. I also believe that the studio is an instrument, basically, to be used. So I'm not a strict documentarian. It doesn't have to be like, this is the sound of what you're playing exactly as it is in the room. Like, we can enhance it with processing on the way in. So we try to bake in some great tones right away so that you get a picture of what's happening immediately, and you get that feedback right away of like, okay, this is the sound that we got. And then there's no questions when you get to mixing. It's like there's a clear direction. I use a lot of analog gear in the process, and the goal is, just to get that sound right from the beginning. I would say Rarefied is best suited for a band or an artist that wants to come in to record real musicians playing real instruments. And especially if you're looking for special instruments, I have so many great instruments here: pianos, organs, guitars, a vibraphone, etc., etc. And I also have a lot of guitar pedals and creative effects and stuff like that. So it's a great space for doing that kind of work. You can really go to town over here. The genres can vary. I mean, I'm the chief engineer here, and I tend to work on rock and Americana, folk stuff, singer-songwriter, and jazz and blues and that kind of thing. But other engineers work out of the space too, and they'll bring in hip-hop, they'll bring in heavy metal stuff, reggae, you name it. The studio can work for pretty much anything. There's a lot of options in San Diego and Southern California, obviously, for studios. So why Rarefied? Rarefied's actually designed by a professional studio designer, for one. You have Wes Show. He's one of the best studio designers in the world. He's got studios all over the world, and that's who I hired to design Rarefied. So it's designed properly, and it was built from the ground up, actually, and it was built by professionals as well. So acoustically, the live room and the control room are top-notch. That's number one. Number two is, of course, the equipment that I've put in here, from a Neve console to all this outboard gear to a whole huge mic locker with vintage and modern microphones. There's just the kind of every little flavor of thing that you could ever want is in here. I even have a tape machine if you want to record the tape. Of course, most things are done digital. There's a lot of flexibility in what you can do here, and it's just sonically pristine.